Hello everybody, welcome back, and I am TheChornick, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about the Alola League. Yes, Pokemon Sun and Moon, episode 130, the top 16 battles of the Alola League have begun. So we got to see the first 4, we'll see the next 4 next week. But for these 4 battles, we'll go in depth and review them. So overall, ladies and gentlemen, when I first initially watched this episode, I was really upset with it. I had a lot of problems with it. Some parts I just don't mind. I just don't care. Like, it was not great, but it wasn't bad. Like, the first 3 battles, to me, I just, like, Because the battle with Ash versus Fable, which was the first one, to me, it was just really, really fast. And I kind of understand, 4 battles, 1 episode, they kind of have to get things rolling, right? But, literally, Ash's Meltan, like, one-shots Hypno. And I'm just like, okay, that's kind of a lame battle. Like, I mean, it was comedic and it was different, but it was like a Greninja one-shotting Altaria back in Kalos, so I guess I can't give this battle too much crap, but that was basically it. That was the battle, Ash versus Fab. Ash just absolutely wrecked him, which, honestly, Ash should be wrecking this league entirely like that. Like, he should be one-shotting all these Pokemon again, because all these people, in my opinion, in this league are not even qualified to be here. I mean, Guzma, Lima, Hiawe, like, Gladian, those trainers, might actually put up a fight against Ash, but everyone else, yeah, he should be one-shotting, pretty much. So, I could kind of let this one go. It was okay. Like, the comedic part of it was nice, and it allowed Meltan to get some, showcase, right? Allowed him to get some screen time and, some love. So, overall, I'm okay about that battle. The second one, Guzma versus Lima, in my opinion, was my favorite battle out of the 4 of these, because it showed how strong and smart Guzma was in Pokemon battling, and he was able to defeat an experienced trainer's Mega Kangaskhan. So overall, this battle right here was a good showcase of Guzma's skill and power, and I liked it. Next we have the Howl versus Alola League. And so far, all 4 of these battles, we already knew that who was going to win, and we predicted who was going to win, and so far all 4 of them have won. So we're pretty good on who we predicted to win. Of course, if you watch my past video, which we made the predictions, of course. So Ash won, Guzma won, and then now Howl won, right? Howl defeated Alolan Oak. He got some proudness out of his Gramps, his Gramps was all proud of him and stuff, and it was a couple seconds of screen time. I know they're trying to speed it up, and they really weren't focused too much on that battle. I know there's a lot of people that love Howl, and they want to see more showcase of him, but he got like a couple seconds, just quickly wiped out Alolan Oak's Exeggutor, and that was that. So kind of I don't really care about Howl, I don't really care about that battle, I don't really care about Alolan Oak or whatever, so I was just kind of whatever about that battle. So far, the episode's okay. We already predicted everything that's happened up to this point. The episode's okay. Then we move on to the final battle, and this is where it really hits me at home, because, I love Mallow to death. She's my favorite character, and so this is where I got upset with when I initially watched this episode. I let a couple days go by before I made this review, but I love Mallow to death, right? And so I just got really upset with the way the writers portrayed her in this episode. She never got a single shot off on Lana. She never got a single shot off. She never hit her Pokemon. Even when she used her Z move, the Z move didn't even work. It didn't even hit the Pokemon, so it was just kind of shut it off. So even when she finally successfully was able to use it, it didn't really do anything. And she gave up halfway through the battle. She looked weak. Like, they made her look weak and, like, not willing to fight in Alola League, which is, like, the top 16, and you're just gonna back out because, oh, woe was me, my Pokemon got hit twice, and I just don't want to see it in pain, so I'm gonna, like, remove it from the battle and just seem like I give up so easily. I didn't like that. I wanted an episode where they were gonna go at it, or battle, I should say, where they were gonna fight each other, and it's going to be really, really close, and we're going to see how far Mallow has come, and how great of an opponent and foe that she can be. And Lana just absolutely wiped the floor with her. Didn't even take a single hit. just destroyed Mallow Serena, sorry, very, very freaking easily. And that's what pissed me off about this. Is like, it was so one-sided, and I just felt like Mallow was just shown to be this weak trainer, essentially, and that's what I didn't like, and that's why I absolutely hated this episode. I even started crying, not because of Mallow's emotional parts and all like the flashbacks and whatnot, but how the writers are treating her yet again by not really giving her much love and not showing her as like this weak, fragile character. And that's what I, honestly, that's what I initially thought, my initial reactions. If I made this review back then, like when I first watched the episode, I would have given it an absolute horrible rating. I would have just got so freaking angry, just saying nothing but bad things about this episode. I would have given it a horrible score. But over time, I began to realize what the writers have been doing with her character, and I really do appreciate what the writers have done with her personality. And I realized that her story, all the way up to this point, it was not really entertaining to watch, to be honest, because it wasn't like her accomplishing much. I mean, yeah, she got a Z-ring, but wasn't able to use it. She evolved her Pokemon, eventually got a Shaman, so she had some progression. But what I now realize is that most of her story and her progression, her development, is that her story was all about her personality and us discovering who she is as a person. And I guess I could kind of respect the writers for that, especially because Mallow represents me in a lot of ways, and that the fact that they made Mallow a lot like me in regards to the way I feel, like, I'm really happy about that, of course, especially since she's my favorite character. They made her to be this character that's really compassionate, really loving and caring, and will do anything for her friends and other people, and will do anything to make people happy, to make people feel better, to be positive. And like, I do that too. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you out there, like, you guys will do anything for the people that you love, or even people in general, like strangers. Like, you don't want to do anything mean or horrible to people, you know, you just want to make people happy. You want to be that kind of impact on people. And so I respected Mallow a lot and loved her even more for her personality. Yeah, she's cute, but overall, like, her personality just takes the cake because I can relate to it a lot. And like, the whole tragic part of her story is that she feels unappreciated and she feels unloved. And I feel that way too sometimes, and I'm sure a lot of you, like, guys, also feel that way. Like, you love people so much, you'll do anything for them, and yet you feel like you get nothing in return, or that you feel as if you're unloved or not appreciated. And Mallow, all she wanted for everything that she's done was like a thank you, or an I love you. And like, that's what I want, you know? That's what I think we all want, you know? And I think that's what I ultimately just love about her story, is that despite the fact that she feels this way, she feels as if she's not loved, she feels as if she's unappreciated, and even the writers barely, you know, treating her well, in my opinion. Maybe it's kind of like the irony and point, is because she's not getting much love, but decides to give other people love because she knows how that feels. You know, she knows that pain, and she knows, like, the feeling of being unhappy, and so thus she just can't stand other people being unhappy, and so she does everything in her power to make people around her feel opposite of what she feels a lot. You know, she doesn't like sadness. You know, she doesn't like to cry. She doesn't like to, but she does anyway. She feels very emotional. And I can relate to that, because, I mean, I hate crying, but I feel the same way she does. I feel unappreciated. I feel like I do a lot for nothing, you know, but I do it anyway because I love people and I try to help people, and she does that same thing. So I just overall am very confused about this episode. Very confused about how they presented her character. And the moment I saw them, you know, give her flashbacks and stuff, I'm like, oh god, they're trying to make up for the fact that she's losing and that she's gonna lose, and they're trying to make her have like a good ending, and, you know, showing all these flashbacks of her bonding with Serena, and I just felt at a loss. I felt like they just completely pissed on my favorite character over here, and they're trying to make up for it. you know, by showing all these flashbacks of Ball and Sweet and Stendy bouncing around, you know. And initially, from watching this episode, I hated it, but over time, I began to realize that, you know, this is Mallow's character. This is what they made her out to be, and maybe that's the beauty of it. She's not treated very well, I mean, but despite that, she loves other people. She treats other people with love and kindness and happiness. She wants people to be happy, does everything for that. So overall, I don't know what to say much about this episode. I kind of wish that it was a bit different, that again, that Mallow and Lana, that it would be a closer battle, and that Mallow just was able to bond with her Pokemon, not through giving up and realizing that her Pokemon still wants to fight, but to realize the feelings already, instead of being talked down to by Lana saying, oh, you don't know your Pokemon's feelings, blah blah blah. Like, I just felt like Mallow just was weak. So I kind of like just mixed feelings about this episode, but that's just my personal point of view. I mean, post in the comment section below your guys' thoughts and feelings. I love you. Can't wait to see you in the next episode. And peace off. Thank you very much.